the stream. There we go. We got the volume. We got the stream live on my end. What about on Twitch's end? Looks live. Does it sound live? It does indeed. So hello, people of the internet. It is I, Solar Hack Dragon, here after a week break for more Fate Grand Order. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't stream Monday and Wednesday, even though I'm pretty sure the stream thing said so, but honestly, I've been working to compress down all of Avalon Le Fae, and I finally got it done, and it's finally started going up today. Hoorah! Who frickin' rah. But I still have to make thumbnails up for most of it, but I've at least got the baseline good to go, so yeah, that's a less of a burden on me. Anyways, as per evidence for the stream title, or the video's title, today we're going to be doing the Heian-Kyo, however you pronounce that, free quests here, because they are long overdue to be done. Before that, though, I'm going to really quickly check the news. Only bit of news is that Morgan is back on Raid Up, as is Balbon, Sith, and Barghest. I was advised to, stop rolling for Barghest on the Oberon banner and roll for her on this banner here. I don't really have that much quartz, though. Hey, look, more Leyline Stones are back. Not really useful for somebody who's all caught up with the story, like I am. But yeah, I don't think there's anything really. I do have a bunch of missions I can claim that I will claim. Unfortunately, I just don't have the quartz. I have 30 quartz and 449 of those, which translates out to 65 quartz. So I essentially have 3 11 spins to get Barghest from all that. During that half AP stuff, I did go ahead and get all of the training ground quests done. So the only thing left for these are the various rank up and interlude and the free quest things, which will give me quartz. And I guess I do get some more quartz here. It's not much. 7, maybe? No, a little bit more. How much is it? 14 more quartz. So I have a total of 109 Saint quartz if I were to exchange everything. Plus whatever is in my present box, because I haven't claimed that in a little while. Ticket, that, apology, that. So yeah, as much as I really, really do want to roll and try and get Barghest, I would only be able to do a token of a roll here, because I want to save for summer, too. But I don't even have enough tickets to do a full 10 tickets thing either, is the thing. Which just sucks, to be completely honest. It really does suck that right now, as it currently stands, Barghest is not going to be coming home for me. Which really, I really did want her. I really, really did. But, yeah, I think that's enough faffing around, although not really faffing around, just enough stalling. So it was under the main interludes, and we have the Heian-Kyo Free Quests. There's a little bit of them. Again, I've been slacking. I should have done this months ago, but I'm a slacker. Maybe I'll get enough quartz after all this that I'll do like a single roll on the banner to try and get Barghest. And I will have to be tapping into my apples here since we're not on a half AP or anything, but this is just a chill stream. Nothing really much. I don't know what the Ibuki Doji quest is going to be, but we have a support Ibuki Doji, so sure. Right, this is my secondary farming squad, so can I see what kind of skills you have? No, I cannot. So let's just go with the blanket general supports of Waver Castoria. Here, Castoria. Why do I feel like I always skip over her? She's Bond level 8. Gosh darn it me. I need to open my eyes, clearly. And the rest will be Bond. points boosting, because why not? So we'll start with Mash, because she needs it the most. And then Canis and Koyan. And dinner time. No, where are you? Tea time. Tea dinner, lunch. I don't think we've got any more Mash CEs that will give me boosted bond experience, do we? And I still have yet to clear out my CEs. I'm a slacker. I really, really am. Jeez, I guess an experience CE then, if I don't have another one. Oh, I can't even afford another CE. Okay, yeah, I guess I can't afford a CE. Alright, this works. Let's roll and see how this does. Although, one more quick check, change, whatever. Go back to the Lunar Sea memories. And we're almost done with the Mystic Codes. Almost done with the Mystic Codes. Yeah, hopefully this isn't too bad. Hopefully. Experimental magical energy supply. I forgot that they tend to do that. Ibuki is an AoE servant, so I will save her MP for second wave. Thank you for not hitting. Although, what is Ibuki's skills? NP gauge boost, 3 turns in crit stars, MP seal, and increase opponent stats. Yeah. I mean, it's something. But again, I don't have Ibuki, so this thing is just for completion's sake. I'm not really going to be going for Ibuki. I honestly don't care for her. Like, she had so little characterization in the Singularity itself. I know she's got a summer form coming up next year, but I mean, I'll let that decide if she grows on me enough as a character that I will end up rolling for her. Anyway, now we can get down to business and start attacking with NPs, and we'll see what that looks like. Sure. That's probably going to be useful for this node. I like how they baked the costume quest in as essentially her trial quest, by the way. Hey, it's Orochi. Kusanagi and Orochi. Not bad. It's pretty cool looking MP, I'll admit. But not really, again, I'm not going for her hard. I have no idea when she'll have another banner. And we'll go ahead and throw that in. Hey Velvet, welcome to the stream. How be things, Yep, spooky ghosts. I'm sure there's gonna be other nodes with them as well, but I honestly don't really remember much of the enemies of Heian-Kyo, to be completely honest. I remember it was a Caster Holy Grail War. And that's where we were introduced into the edgy doggo Ushi. But I don't really remember much of the enemies. You're enjoying forcing Oberon to be friend-shaped. I mean, let's be honest here, I think he's already friend-shaped. He just tries to, you know, resist it. I think that he is definitely more friend-shaped than most people give him credit for. After all, he's always a liar. And if he says he hates you, that means he doesn't hate you if he always lies. Logic. Alright, You know, I'm gonna just go for these kinds of CEs. Let me see if I can't get away with the first squad here. So let's do double Castoria, Lambda up front. Lambda gets no. Lambda will get K-Scope. We have 2 CEs there, but we're working on bond levels right now. So Mash, Canis, Koyon, and now I can go ahead and put my other bond CE here, wherever it is. There it is. Okay, this should work for a Berserker node. Should is the key word here. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, he had a great summoning line. Summoning him after beating Avalon Le Fae. That was great. I mean, that just shows that Oberon clearly did consider us a friend. I mean, he didn't murk us right away. You know? And he did let us try and get a punch in on him. You know? He didn't. Let's see, is this gonna be enough to charge? 50%, yeah. I think it's safe to say we've got this. Well done, me. Well done. Yep, once again, congrats on getting Morgan. Already fully leveled up, I'm guessing. Or to get to farm materials. I honestly don't know what new materials might be available from Avalon Le Fae. I don't feel like I remember seeing anything new was gonna be offered, but oh, hello, Taioki. Well, this was an unexpected final enemy. I think I'll be fine, though. So I don't have a Brave Chain, which is a little... Gonna be going for the Grails on Morgan, out of curiosity? Or are you going to be more... Actually, I honestly don't really know how app-end skills work. I have been told that with Bond level 8, Mash can get at least 1 app-end skill now. But I don't think I've ever actually unlocked an app-end skill for any of my servants. Also, I love how many people say Morgan's their waifu. Like, that's hilarious. It's great, honestly. But honestly, that's a good sign that they made a very solid character with Morgan. Morgan is a very solid character. True. Very, very true. I mean, you know, that is a fair point. Are we really gonna deny royalty? Especially one who can conjure Rongo Bongos. That adds a little scary. But, I mean, honestly, Morgan's character really grew on me. Even though it wasn't much interaction with her in Avalon Le Fae, just hearing the suffering she went through definitely made her grow on me. Plus, she's Mash's friend, so you know, gotta be friendly with Mash's friends. You have some grails, but you don't know who you want to use them on. Well, just remember the cardinal rule when it comes to grailing. You grail the servants that you like. You don't grail for the meta purposes or anything like that. You grail out of love for that servant. So just keep that in mind and in heart, and grail who you wish. Plus, I guess there is the fact that Grails will be really easy to make soon. I think it's this year's anniversary that allows you to turn servant coins into grails. I think. Not sure on that, but I mean that's certainly going to make life a lot easier for some people. Not really me though, because I've got a lot of servants that still need leveling. A lot. Grailed Bartholomew. Bartholomew, I don't really like, honestly. He's too much of a no, but I guess I should probably grow up a little bit, and if Mash wants to be friends with people, then I should let her decide. That was a big part of LB6, was learning to, you know, let Mash go and be her own person. And she grew fantastically from LB6. Honestly speaking, LB6 had some of the best character growth for Mash in a long time. Like, she's honestly been getting a little sidelined. Plus, we get a lot of characterization and development in LB6 as well. They've really been, you know, trying to develop the character as a character recently here. Like, I want to say it's even in probably Olympus or Atlantis is when they really started, you know, honing in that the player character is an actual character. The whole Aphrodite sequence in Olympus where we're just confronted with all of the past Lostbelt people, the Lost Will scene in Avalon Le Fae. I really do like that they are actually giving proper character development to us as a character. Making us grow to not just have, like, random things that we like and whatnot, to actually having some character behind us, you know? It's nice to not just be a blank slate. I mean, sure, some people might not see it as nice, and of course there's another free quest that pops up. Sure, some people might not see it as nice. I know a lot of people do project, and, you know, they want the main character to only be a blank slate so that they can project themselves onto them more readily, but, you know, our characters have been through too much to just be a simple blank slate at this point. And you know what? That's fair. That is fair that if Bartholomew helped you out that much, then give him the grails he deserves. Or he deserves. Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure I've said it before, we probably have the highest, or one of the highest body counts of any being in all of the type moonverse. Because, I mean, to be fair, they weren't the biggest populations. LB1 was... We didn't really kill anybody in Avalon Le Fae, you know, so we didn't really genocide much there, so... Plus, for the most part, most of the fairies deserved it. LB4 and 2 were kind of, you know, already on their way out as far as low population density. LB4 because Arjuna had pretty much wiped the slate clean at that point. LB2 because, you know, there were just small villages. LB1 was probably the third biggest Lostbelt we wiped out because it had all of Russia. LB3 had all of China, and LB5, you know, it was implied that there were millions of people living on Olympus, so yeah, we've got a body count. True, yeah. I mean, that is a fair point. It is more about denying their reality. That is what Patsy was all about, you know, fight for, like, prove that your people are, that your humanity is the one, deny the others, that kind of stuff. It is, yeah, it is more about denial of such realities than it is actually wiping them out, but, I mean, we are essentially pulling the trigger, you know? If it weren't for us, they would fight each other, and honestly speaking, the only Lostbelts that we had to actually, like, actively deny were Lostbelts 3 and 6, because 3 we had to get the antidote for the poison, and 6 because it was going to destroy everything. We literally could have just sat back and let the Cryptors go at it, and only go after whichever one was left. We could have literally done that. We could have been, you know, passive and not get all this denial on our hands, but we were active. We actively are fighting for humanity, you know? So, but yeah. What we're doing is seeing Lostbelt with its last legs and putting them down before it erodes everything else it touches. I mean, again, I've gone all the way, I forgot to press some other buttons. I have had my thoughts on some of the various Lostbelts here, and honestly speaking, I don't feel like all of the Lostbelts were on their last legs. Like, some of them. Lostbelt 3 and Lostbelt 6, for example, those were more just stagnated. They weren't really going anywhere, you know? I wouldn't say they were on their last legs and were going to erode everything. I'd say more that they were just not going to progress. Same thing with China as well. But that's Lostbelt 3. But Lostbelt 4 was definitely on its last legs. Same thing with Lostbelt 2. There was only so long that Scotty would be able to keep that cycle. I would honestly say that LB1 possibly might have been able to survive without Ivan and the Oprinchki oppressing literally everything, you know? I mean, it was a harsh world for certain, but, you know, humanity evolved, and I think that's literally the only reason that that Lostbelt was pruned, was because humanity wasn't humanity anymore. It was another species that had essentially become the dominating factor on the planet. Humanity was gone. I think that's literally the only reason that one was pruned, but otherwise, I feel like it could have been perfectly fine, you know? Without Ivan and the Oprinchki there. Avalon Le Fae, well, let's be honest here. Morgan was literally the glue that kept everything from falling apart, and I don't know. If, theoretically, if it had been Morgan versus Cernunnos, I don't know if she would have been able, I don't know if she would have lost or not. Yeah, there was some, true. That is a good point with regards to those. Although I would say, I would definitely put Avalon Le Fae more on the side of erosion more than anything, because again, Morgan was literally all that was holding everything together. As soon as she was gone, the whole place was, you know? And I mean, I have no doubt that she would have won. Like, without Chaldea being there, I don't think Castoria would have ever made it very far as the Child of Prophecy. Let's be honest here. She was too jaded to be able to make allies on her own, and Oberon would only be able to do so much before he ended up being caught and put down. Trying to think. Nock, her rebellion, like, it was shown, Morgan holds back constantly. She can literally create dozens of full power clones of herself with no issue as long as she is on her throne. So, if Morgan ever went poof, the Lostbelt is, and when the whole Lostbelt hinges on one being, I'd say that it is very prone to face erosion. You know? It is a Lostbelt that has essentially. This one might be a little bit more finicky. Let's do double Avalon Le Fae. But yeah, I do stand by what I said with regards to the Russian Lostbelt probably being the only one that didn't deserve to be completely, like, didn't deserve to be classified as a Lostbelt, because it was survival of the fittest, but it was survival. They were thriving. They were seemingly making advancements in their society, so, you know, unjustly pruned. The pruning theoretical phenomena, you know, it needs to be put under review, I think. I think that, it's still, no, it needs to be reviewed, because it's still only a theory, you know. It's the pruning theoretical phenomenon, not the pruning phenomenon of law. So, there's still clearly some hiccups with that theory. It needs to be revised and remade into a law that accounts for other species being dominant. Also, 202. Really? 202. But I am glad. Like, Lostbelt 6 was very good story-wise, and I'm glad that it's done, because now there is just a whole world of Sprite comics available that I can read now that I know all of the servants from LB6. They're all revealed to me. And now it's only the servants from LB7 that I am currently completely blind on. Because I've managed to avoid that spoilers. You ever get enemies leaving your saber alive on 4 HP for the entire battle? Oh man. That's just so good. What are the odds that they would get an enemy that low? I mean, the AI for FGO is clearly a little bit random, you know, with the targeting for the most part. There are some instances where it will focus down on a certain servant, but I just love how random it is otherwise, because then you get those weird situations where a 4 HP Saberlot is left alive. Whereas with most other games, you know, they would focus down that 4 HP and kill it. Or at the very least, one unit would just get rid of it. But no, the AI for FGO is a bit too random for that sort of processes, and it'll just, you know, go wild. You're disappointed from your Oberon rolls, you only got a single 4-star from 300 quartz. I honestly don't remember how much quartz I spent on Oberon, but Balbon came home and she is NP4 now, and I also got OG Tristan. So, outside of Mordred, I now have literally every single Knight of the Round Table. So, Mordred kind of needs to come home. But I'm happy that I got Balbon. I just wish I kept going after getting my Oberon because I wanted to get Barghest. But sadly, she did not come home, and I was advised to wait for this banner that is currently going on to go for Barghest, since it has better odds, you know? Double the odds of getting Barghest on this banner rather than on the Oberon banner and all that. But you still dislike Gawain, Velvet? But why? Why do you still dislike Gawain? Has he not proven himself as being a good guy yet? He almost 300, he has 271. Heck to the trash talker of the round table. Oh, poor Gawain, man. He just wants to make the mashed potatoes. Just wants to make mashed potatoes for you, Velvet. Don't hate on the potatoes. You have OG Gawain, you have Fae Knight Gawain, and OG Tristan before, so you preferred them. What are your thoughts, by the way, on all the various Fairy Knights? Because your thoughts on Morgan are very, very clear. You very much like Morgan, but I don't think you've ever actually expressed what your thoughts are of the various Fairy Knights. If you don't mind me asking. So I'm pretty sure I've been fairly strict with my views on all. Yeah. Barghest is definitely my favorite of the Fairy Knights. Has the best characterization of the bunch, most knightly of them all. And honestly had the most growth. Like, she actively resisted her nature. It reminds me of the Parthenax quote, you know? Is it not better to be born evil and to overcome said evil than to have been born good, or something to that effect? Barghest is definitely sort of that. This one. Ooh, I don't like this node typing here. I hate mixed nodes. You know what? Let's give this a shot. I've not used Morgan yet. So let's go ahead and give Morgan a shot here. Let's see if I can't find you though, Velvet. Let's see. Where is Velvet on my list here? Will you show or will you go? You're not showing up right away. I'm sure I'll find you eventually. So let's just go with, for now... I've seen you pop up on here already at least once or twice, but right now let's just go with a little something like this squad. I have no idea how loop capable Morgan is, by the way. So she might not be the best choice for this, but I'm gonna use her anyway. May as well use the new servant. Oh, that would also, you know, be why I wouldn't have seen her. Because I was looking for Morgan on the support with your name. That would explain that. But I mean, that's up to you, Velvet. That is up to you. Alright, so Morgan is an AoE Berserker Buster as her archetype. First skill, Charisma of Yearning, increase attack for all allies, NP gauge for yourself, and decrease defense for all enemies. Second skill, Avalon Le Fae, rank C. So it's lesser than this one. I don't know what is lesser though. From World's End. Gotcha. That's fair, Velvet. Guts for 3 turns, crit star gather rate for 3 turns, crit strength for 3 turns, state that decrease attack, and decrease attack for 1 turn, and crit rate for all enemies each turn for yourself, as well as gain 3 crit stars. That is a freaking mouthful. We'll go ahead and use it. She has a very somber ending. Very somber indeed. Okay, so I have no idea how to loop with Morgan. I will say that right now. Morgan looping is a bit of a strange. Do you know how to loop with Morgan, Velvet? Out of curiosity? Because right now I'm at a loss. I mean, she has a 50% self-battery. So I guess you don't need to chase me. Oh, you need Merlin to... I didn't realize you needed Merlin to, return with her. Or loop with her, rather. Didn't realize that. Luckily, I'll pull the 3-turn off this time because of some lucky card choices, but yeah. Gotcha. That's fair. 'Tis fair. What kind of crit are we looking at here, Morgan? No, that's a pretty decent crit. She has a pretty beefy Buster crit. I almost feel... I think Koyan might be needed for her to loop. I feel like it's double Koyan Morgan is probably the strat. That definitely sounds like it's correct, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I gotta say, I do like Voyager's Final Ascension, by the way. I'm trying to think. Probably can get away with Gil here. Gil's just oomph. Gil just deletes things, even if they have advantage against him. So yeah, we'll just go with Gil. Granted, he doesn't loop that well. Gil and looping doesn't really compute, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Gil will be fine. Did Gil's NP get an update? Or no, it's probably because I haven't seen him do this NP in this Ascension state. That's probably why I'm getting the slow one. Because I haven't seen him do the NP in that specific Ascension. That's why. Okay, and of course I had to have another Berserker. Or, Berserker. Another friggin' Lancer class. Gil. Why, Gil? Why? Why couldn't you have generated more NG last turn? Well done, Gil. Well done. And of course he gets NP sealed, because that's just Gil things, you know? Oh, that Gil. Getting his NP sealed. Don't have enough QP to 10-10-10 Morgan? I mean, we should be getting a Nero Fest here soon, I want to say. I want to say Umu Fest is shortly here. Also, hang on, it just occurred to me. What did you use the 100 million QP Morgan gave you for? Did you not spend the 100 million QP she gave you on herself? Which is kind of ironic when you really think about it. I'm sure there are plenty of people that think so. Oh, you gave me 100 million QP? Thanks, my queen. Here, have it right back. And let me just say, that was an amazingly hilarious node there, you know. Yeah, I know we're enemies, but here's a reward of, you know, protecting Norwich. Here, just take 100,000 QP. That was hilarious that she just gave us the money. So good. Alright, True. Very true. Comes out of my knees, man. It's just like hurting if I sit. To be honest, it hurts to sit because I naturally sit with my legs crossed over each other. I think it's called crisscross applesauce now. Is the what they call that kind of sitting? It didn't. I'll just say it didn't used to be called that back in the day. Back in the day, it was called something else, but I don't think that something else is something that really is appropriate nowadays. I don't think it is appropriate to say what it used to be. It's always been called that for you. Oh, well. Well, I guess it must just be different areas that we grew up in that determines what it's called. I mean, to be fair, where I live, I would say it has a little bit more Native American presence, essentially, compared to other places, which might be why it used to be called what it was called. And I will admit that at some level in my head, it's like always going to do that for me, just because that's what I grew with it being called, you know. I don't vocalize calling it like that anymore, and I generally just say I sit with my legs crossed now, but I don't know. It's weird, you know, how you can grow up learning, like, calling it one thing, and then as you get older, what it's called, like what something is called or something like that, ends up changing to something else. It's just a little weird. Oh no, the game crashed! Oh no. The game crashed on me. Oh no. The game. Resume, question mark? I mean, I'm so glad the game's crash didn't affect it too much, you know. So glad. You know, I do kind of wonder if we will ever get Morgan as ASIC, as like a character skin. Or would it be too confusing, you know? I mean, there is difference in design between the two. There is a difference. And you know what? The best is all that can be asked for people at times, you know? As long as you do your best, that is good enough. I mean, your Morgan is miles better than my Morgan, I will say that much. I'm just gonna use a seal here. I'm sure I won't regret doing that at any point anytime soon. Yeah, your Morgan is miles better than my Morgan, who is currently sitting at position... let's see... Okay, -1... Yeah, my Morgan is currently sitting at position 14 on my rank up list, so, you know, your Morgan is doing better than my Morgan. That's all I'll really say about that. Actually, make that position 15, because I forgot that Habitrot was given a preemptive 3 points in my rank up quest. Death Row Parade. And again with the sabers! Why? Why? Honestly, I think I'll go with my Muramasa at this point. So, Muramasa, Muramasa, Muramasa. Morgan's BFF. There we go. Alright, now Muramasa. I haven't really used you for looping purposes either. So I have no idea how to do this with Muramasa. Find out. I think the first thing I need to start doing is using the double cast story skills on him to increase his art's effectiveness. I think that's a wise decision by me to do. So his NP is one of arts. Yeah, that boost is probably wise. That one. And that's fine. Go, Muramasa, go. Yeah. Again, I never really wanted Muramasa. Like, initially when it was his banner, I was rolling for the New Year's CEs. Yet Muramasa kept spooking me. I will say, though, that after his part he played in Avalon Le Fae, you know, he definitely would have earned his way onto my to roll for list. So I guess it is a preemptively good thing that I got him when I did. You know? But I am sure my luck is complete and utter trash at this point. So, all my good rolls are gonna start catching up with me soon. I feel like I'm going to end up getting pity when it comes to Summer Kama and maybe even Summer Okitan. And that will hurt very badly. Very, very badly. That will hurt me. Hurt me on my soul. But that wasn't too bad of a demonstration of how to do things. How far off is Mash is? Oh, she's a long ways off from Bond 6. Yeah, I mean, so I'm going for Summer Kama for 2 reasons. First is that I'm pretty sure she is an AoE arts-based Avenger, if memory serves. And, you know, while I do have an AoE quick-based Avenger in Dante's, sadly Quick has started to fall off, and while I'm not one to really go for the meta, the fact that Kama is very close to being a true waifu as well does make me more inclined to roll for her, just for the fact that the summer times tend to increase waifu rankings, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm preemptively expecting Kama to rise through the ranks there a little bit, you know? Preemptively expect. Same sort of thing with Okitan. A deer has no want for any Kama. That's fine. You know, I mean, I can understand that combo's not for everyone. Yep, Summer Okita Altar. Like, Okita Altar is a pretty cool servant. And when I saw Summer Okitan's design, I knew I wanted her because just the idea of her sword coming to life as a essentially her child is so funny and so good that I knew to get her, you know? So yeah, Okitan, Summer Kama, Summer Sai, and was I gonna? So I'm not particularly going. I think maybe Summer Charlotte as well. I mean, I know that Summer Anastasia and Summer Canis are kind of like, okay, if they come home, they come home. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way for hoping for them, but Summer Charlotte, you know, I hear a lot of people sort of bash on her design a little bit, you know, how it's not really that good compared to some of the other Summer servants, but I think her design is fine. And Charlotte herself does have a lot of waifu energy, you know. She made the big sacrifice play for a sack in Atlantis. So I will be pleasantly surprised if Summer Charlotte comes up. I think is the best way to put it. Main targets though, Summer Kama, Summer Sai, Summer Okitan. Oh yeah, that's a good point, yeah. Grails do kind of require TP, don't they? They do kind of require... Hey Jixer, welcome to the stream. Howdy things. Justice. Oh, we're gonna get a triple Justice bomb. Justice, alright. Currently Astray is now at the top of the level up boards here. Astray is the next one. Which might happen today. I'm doing okay. All in all, I would say I am doing pretty okay. You know? Finally got all of Avalon Le Fae compressed down into video format so that I can start uploading it on YouTube. Good lord, I can, like, it didn't occur to me until I started compressing everything down how long I spent in LV6. Like, it is so insane just how big that whole Lostbelt was, you know? Part 29 alone took almost 4 hours to get through. Oh, I don't blame them. I love the fact of how long LV6 was. I really do love how long it was. It was such a good story. It honestly is very much worth it. It was just a pain to compress the videos, honestly. Because I do it like individual part, like section 1 is its own video and section 2 and all that. And while I did split the recording for each section, it still took like an hour for each section to be compressed down properly and in a good quality of picture. But that was for the shorter sections. For part 29, it took like half a day to get the whole dang thing compressed. I mean, I say compress, it's more... It's not really compress. I use Adobe Premiere to edit my videos and then compress them all down at a high quality, you know? So, I've had, like, I'm not really that familiar with Adobe Premiere. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'd said this, but earlier this year I did get a new computer just because the old computer I had was running Windows 7 and, you know, Steam's gonna stop supporting Windows 7, so, you know, if I want to play any Steam games, I kinda gotta get a Windows 10 computer. So I decided to bite the bullet and got a Windows 10 computer, and Movie Maker isn't on Windows 10, so I had to sort of switch over to Adobe Premiere, and it's good. It's not as intuitive. Yeah, I was on Windows 7 for the longest time. Yeah, it's not as intuitive to use, but I will definitely say that the videos compress at a much higher quality, and it can actually compress down larger videos, because something I was running into that was an issue with Windows Movie Maker was the fact that if a video was beyond a certain size, it didn't matter if I compressed it beforehand, it wasn't gonna process the video. That happened with a lot of the God of War videos where, you know, yeah, it's too big, there's too much going on, I can't make this into a proper video file, so I just had to upload the raw footage onto YouTube, you know, which is definitely a step down in quality. But I'm getting used to Premiere. I'm getting used to it. Using Photoshop to make the various thumbnails. The first part, the prologue, went up today. It's been about a month since I uploaded, which just... that also is a good sign of how exactly long it's been since I uploaded anything, since I stopped uploading around when Avalon Le Fae dropped. So, it's been about a month. But I'm glad to be getting back to the upload, and I should have plenty of a backlog afterwards. And honestly speaking, I was debating, because, oh, you got Vargas up too. Congrats, Jake, so congrats. Can you maybe put in a good word to Vargas for me, because I kind of want her to come to my Chaldea as well, but she hasn't yet. So, you know, if you could put in a good word for me, thanks. I'm probably going to do a little bit of rolling on the Morgan banner today, try and get her. But, yeah, as I was saying, I was debating heavily, where if I had streamed earlier this week, I was probably going to stream Pikmin 4 today. Even if it wasn't going to become a main series, I did pick up Pikmin 4 on my way home from work, and I very much debated streaming, at the very least, my first couple hours. Because Pikmin, it holds a special place in my heart. It was legitimately probably the first difficult game I actually played growing up. Difficult and terrifying because, you know, you don't want to see your little Pikmin die. But I have fond memories. I have very fond memories of Pikmin. And I look forward to playing Pikmin 4. I really do. Ooh, you did a marathon a few months ago. Like a legit marathon. I mean, marathon or a marathon of something. A marathon is damn impressive, no matter what kind of marathon it is. So, damn. A marathon of Pikmin. I mean, even still, you know, a marathon of Pikmin is still impressive, but yeah, Pikmin is a pretty fun game. I debated getting the remasters, but money's just starting to become a little bit too tight for me. So I'm not gonna get the remastered versions of Pikmin 1 and 2. I'm just gonna enjoy my Pikmin 4 and try and, you know, not let any of my Pikmin die on it. Because it's just horrifying to see your little guys just get eaten, gobbled up by something, or smushed, or burned, or electrocuted, or drowned. Honestly, drowned is probably the most morbid of all the deaths, but yeah. You should get Pikmin 4, but your family is in a financial rut right now. Yeah, I feel ya. Pikmin 4 was probably like one of the last big purchases. I mean, it's not even that big, but it's probably gonna be one of the last purchases I can realistically take. Like, I'm still gonna be able to fund FGO for myself, but that's mainly off of a bunch of old gift cards that I've been getting for the years through work for Amazon that I just have not cashed in. So I'm gonna be cashing those in for FGO monthlies. Good news from Velvet? Oh boy, oh boy. That's good news. What be thine good news? Yeah, I mean, Nintendo has some good properties. Just a lot of them aren't really my forte, I guess. I did get into TOTK, though. I will admit, I have started playing TOTK, and I enjoy myself. I don't play it as much as I normally would with a game, but it's enjoyable. I'm enjoying myself. Your dad's doing better. That is indeed good news, Velvet. I'm happy to hear that your dad is doing better. Hopefully, continues going on the up and upwards arrow there. Because it's never easy when a parent or parental figure is not doing too good. It is never easy. The stress is always there. You know? So I am happy to hear that your dad is doing better. You're marathoning these Zelda games you haven't played thus far. Yeah, like I said, TOTK is the first Zelda game I've ever played, so I don't think I'd be able to do that because I would be, you know, at it for a very long time. Able to eat real food, still working on walking. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Regaining motor function is always something that it's hard, you know? No matter what the circumstances of what happens are, regaining the ability to walk is always one of the bigger, you know, bigger hurdles that needs to be overcome. Yeah, I know. I mean, Zelda was just never really on my radar when I was growing up. It honestly was just never on my radar. Been confined to a bed for practice 3 months can be hard. Yeah. 3 months bedbound. You're gonna lose a lot of muscle mass like that, but it's still possible. It is very much still possible. I've worked, like I said, I've worked in a foot doctor's office for almost 9 years at this point, and it's amazing how much some people can recover from some conditions, you know? Human beings are truly very resilient. We can recover from a lot of bad stuff, a lot of injuries. We can go from having an infected wound so bad that our whole foot is turning black to being completely recovered and not at risk for amputation anymore. So, you know, it's just a matter of wanting to get better. Because sad thing is, far too many people just don't want to get better. I don't like saying it, just because it's really a bit of a controversial take, but far too many people nowadays, they don't want to have to work. They don't want to have to earn a living. They want it to be given to them. And don't get me wrong, we all, on some level, probably do want that kind of stuff. Like, who wouldn't want to be able to just sleep in as late as you want, do whatever you want, not have to work for pennies? But sadly, that kind of mentality is just far too many people, both young and old. And it's kind of sad because they go to some pretty extreme lengths to be able to maintain that kind of lifestyle. I've seen people just let their not treat infected wounds and lose parts of their feet just because they didn't want to have to work, you know? And they start coming in and they're perfectly fine. It's astounding how far people are willing to let themselves degrade just to avoid having to do some hard work. But if your dad just is intent on getting better, if he wants to walk again, then he just has to keep going for it. It will not be easy. It will probably be painful at times, but as long as there's perseverance, as long as there's support from loved ones, that kind of stuff can be overcome. Those hurdles can be managed, and recovery is very much a possibility. feels like that was a little bit of a rant there. A rant mixed with a bit of a motivational speech, almost. I don't know. Healthcare is something I'm obviously passionate about, considering I'm going into the industry, but... I don't know. There's just parts of it that I'm more passionate about than others, just because I've seen a lot. You know? I can honestly say I will never look at feet the same way again after working in a foot doctor's office for 9 years. And I mean, just like, I don't know if you guys watch a lot of like normal television or something, but there's been a couple of series on like, I want to say TLC or whatever the like living channel is or whatever, that are like following foot doctors and stuff like that. And some of the stuff that they show, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. Oh, they think that's bad? Ooh, I've seen worse than that. It's just like, they dramatize a lot of minor issues, but there is like some bigger issues, you know. I've seen a lot, and it takes a lot to really hit. You know? Well, that was my rant about the healthcare system / people. I guess. Technically both. Oh, I've gone through 7 nodes already? How many apples do I have left? Only 7! That's not a good amount of silver fruits left. I need to maintain my stash of fruits for when the festival comes along. Because Nerofest is sometime soon-ish. You know, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. But yeah, Nerofest should be sometime either next week might be the start of it, or probably like the first full week of August might be the start of Nerofest. I need to actually look into what kind of farming is going to be viable there. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've got good possible setups for any of servants. It's just going to be, you know, what one I'm going to want to be focusing on. Because I do still have plenty of QP that I can use to increase skill levels. Also, Muramas is just cleaning this whole Lostbelt out like it's nobody's business. I kind of am glad that I'm pretty sure J6 is the one that pushed Muramasa's so high up on the level up rankings back in the day when I first got him. Kind of glad that happened because he's cleaning out. And he was very useful in Avalon Le Fae as well. Alright. Let's see here. The Grand Nerofest. Early summer 2021 is when it happened in Davie. It's gonna be like mid to late summer. The exhibition, no, that's the super difficulties. Don't want the event CEs. Don't need the summoning campaigns. The lottery info is actually good to know. Let's see here. So it's going to be pages, medals, proofs, chains, and dust are going to be the main resources to be gained here. That's not bad. You know, I'm not sure if I'm exactly hurting for any of that, but it's not bad. The shop isn't too big. Prelims. Yes, this is what I want. The prelim these quests. So let's see. Generally speaking, it's going to be the final tier of quests that is when you really start farming. So finals. So not the actual quest. So the champion is going to be node. Monarch is probably going to be the node for, let's see. Yeah, it's looking like the Monarch node will end up being the node to farm for the petals for the lotto currency. Casters with a saber at the end. That's... Caster classes with a saber in the end as well. That's gonna be awkward to farm. I feel. Like, I mean, maybe not so much. Berserkers should be more than capable of taking this down, but... Oh no, that just feels like it might be a little bit awkward to do. I guess it's gonna be a sort of wait and see approach. I'm gonna have to wait and see how exactly I do. But yeah, the Monarch node for the finals will be what? Orion and Q also will have that covered. There you go. Yeah. I'm just trying to plan, like, future-proof plan, what kind of node, like, what kind of team I'm gonna run. Because I don't think Morgan is gonna be leveled up in time for the Umu Fest. She's too far down on the rankings to reach that point. And my only other AoE Berserkers are Zerkerlot as well as Xiangyu. And they're strong, but they don't really have loop keeping. Then again, I don't even really know how I would loop Morgan either, so there is that. Because I'm pretty sure to loop Morgan, you need to have a Koyan leveled, and Koyan is lower down than Morgan. Could do is it is casters for the first two, and then a mixed node. Could do riders. Actually, I could probably do Okitan taking down the first two waves. Then swap out Okitan for somebody to do the last wave, probably Xiangyu. It would mean I wouldn't be leveling up my Mystic Code, but that is a possibility. Sadly, I won't be able to do Lambda sweeping. How did I beat up Oberon? I'm pretty sure I used Abby. I was going to use Melt initially because I didn't know what the weaknesses of Pretender were. But then I was told, yeah, Pretender has advantage against alter egos, so probably don't use Abby. Or probably don't use Melt, because you will get melted. So I would say, you know what, that's probably smart advice to listen to, so I just went with Abby. I think that I did have to use a Leyline Stone or my Command Seals, though, because he kept putting me to sleep hard. Yeah, in fact, I do remember, I did have to use my Command Seals just because he kept getting the NP seals and the sleeps, and it was like, come on, Oberon, stop being such a jerk. We just want to be friends. Just want to be friends, Oberon. Friends. But yeah, it was a fun fight at the end there. Very fun. Not as stressful as Sir Nunus. For sure, not as stressful as Sir Nunus. Although I do kind of wish I could have soloed Sir Nunus with Mash, but I don't think that's really a possibility. Sir Nunus just seeing the curse. Oh, that curse. Very much too much of a danger. But he wasn't a beast, so, you know, I'm fine that I didn't solo him. Because the Mash solos are pretty much exclusive for beasts and beast adjacents. You know? And Sir Nunus didn't love human. I mean, he might have loved humanity. But he was more anti-fairy, so, yeah. Honestly, though, as far as the final fights goes, I would have to rate Sir Nunus as the most difficult, followed by Oberon, then Vargas, and then the Melusine fight. Because honestly, the Melusine fight was so freaking easy. I used Saberlot to defeat Melusine, as was appropriate. The only more appropriate thing would have been used Percival, but Percy is sadly kind of lower on the level up charts as well. He is currently in position 14. It just occurred to me that I still need to add Oberon, Avalon, as well as Tristan to my level up order list. I forgot to do that. You almost only had to use one Leyline Stone for Big Fluffy God, but alas, you got crit at the last second. Yeah. I mean, I didn't do him on I didn't take him down first try. I got really close. I think I got him to the final break bar, but he had his NP charged up or ready to go, or something along those lines, and I was said, yeah, it's better to just restart now, so I restarted, and then same thing sort of happened, so I just had to use a Leyline Stone then. In fact, I think he took my last Leyline Stone. Sir Nunus did. Vargas took more Leyline Stones overall, though, but that's because early game I was playing with heavy restrictions on myself. All in all, though, Avalon Le Fae was definitely challenging. Definitely challenging, and I do so hope that it just continues to grow more so challenging story. I mean, we are headed to Brazil next, and I know what's in Brazil. Hot damn. Enkidu is like the GOAT for that fight then, isn't he? And really, it does make sense. You probably had him stun-locked to nobody's business. And Enkidu does have enough HP alongside his heal skill that he could probably take on most of the curse stacks as well. Yeah, Enkidu was the right choice for that. I don't know why I didn't realize that. Enkidu would be the GOAT for that Sir Nunus fight. I do hope that Sir Nunus does reappear as like a memorial quest in the future. That'd be nice. Told you to smack a certain CE on Enkidu and it was a good idea. Oh, what CE would that be? If the memorial quest ever does come along, it would certainly be nice to know. See, bonus damage against divine enemies. There's a CE that does bonus damage against divine enemies? Seriously? There's seriously a CE that does that? I use so few CEs that it's honestly not surprising I didn't realize that. But at the same time... Excuse me. At the same time, it's like so obvious. How the heck did I not realize that there was probably such a CE? Oh, how much more difficult did I make that fight on myself? I let loose my restrictions, but I was still fighting in a harder mode and a harder difficulty. Sadness. Tears. I cry every time. Okay, this is spawn 4. Alrighty. I'm trying to think now, where do I want Oberon to rank on my rank up list? Because he's gonna be in the 0 portions just because I haven't, you know, leveled him up yet. But I'm just not sure where in said options he should go. Muramasa. Am I just blind? There he is. Oberon team was Orion, Waver, Enkidu, Kualter with the support Castoria. Jeez! That doesn't feel like that doesn't feel like just a team to beat him down. That just feels like a team to bully him or something. Did you take offense to the fact that he said he was never friends? Because that just feels like a team. I'm trying to think. What's better now? That just feels like a team of the big guys that see that some random person made a girl cry, and it's just like, you made her cry. You fucked up. I don't know. Tactical nukes. You know, that is also a very good analogy. All of them are tactical nukes. You know, Orion and Kyuku Alter are the tactical nukes. Castoria and Waver the supports. Really, that is a very strong team. You probably... Did you just, like, use Orion to break one bar, Enkidu to break another, and Kualter to break the final bar? Because that feels like something could happen. Damn. You did better on that fight than I did. You did much better on that fight than I did. Kualter never even came on the field. Damn. That's impressive. That is impressive. You did better team building for that fight than I did. Did he have a divine trait or something? Is that why Enkidu was used, or? Actually, he might have had the demonic beast trait, which would explain Orion. Which would make Orion really good. That shouldn't have happened. Dang. Oh, that's really hilarious, honestly, Robin. That is really hilarious that you just wrecked Oberon so hard. Did you get the red dialogue with him, by the way? Because, honestly speaking, like, playing through the story, I kind of guessed you did get the... Were you fully... I'm gonna be honest, the Oberon being the bad guy thing blew me out of the water. I was not expecting it. I knew that there was some other threat there. I missed so much that it was Oberon. He was my bro. He was Obro for me, you know? But I somehow got the red dialogue, and people were just like, oh, it looks like Soul doesn't pay attention to the story or stuff, and they were pointing out a bunch of sussy things that he apparently did, but I don't know, I fully trusted Oberon. And I did not see the twist coming. Did you see the twist coming? Or am I just blind and overly trusting? You didn't read much and you knew he was not friend-shaped. Oh, how trusting am I? Now he is supposed to be friend-shaped. I mean, I think at some level he wants to be friendly, you know? I think to some level he does desire to be friends with us. So he might be pretending to have to be forced, you know? He might legitimately already be friend-shaped and he's just humoring you and letting you force him to be friend-shaped. Koyan is next. I think on some level he's chill, but he just hates everything too much. Yeah, he definitely does like our character at the very least. Like I said, he could have straight up murdered us. He didn't need to let us get a swing in on him. And, you know, even when he was beaten, he didn't sort of go down screaming and yelling. And I wouldn't say he hates everything so much. I just feel like he's just a compulsive liar, you know? But given how he feels about stories and that kind of stuff, there is a servant that is going to come out next year, I think, that on paper he should get along with really, really well. Like, he should get along with this character extremely well. But I don't know if you know, like, how spoiled you are about the not main story characters. So I don't know if I should say the servant's name. Because I mean, and I don't even know if you would recognize them either, because from what I understand, he's kind of a niche. The story's kind of niche, which is weird. But then again, I do think that there is a character that Oberon would get along pretty well. And I'm now looking to see if either of them have lines for each other, because I'm that curious. Let's see here. Dialogue for this character. Okay, well, the one character I think that just because of his nature, Oberon will get along well with is Don Quixote. Just because Don Quixote is literally a man who lived as if his life was a dream. Yeah, his story, I don't remember all the details, but I read it in high school, and it touched me, honestly, that story did. And it stuck with me to some degree. And so when I heard that he was becoming an actual servant, I was just very hyped, and I'm legitimately gonna go with him. Like, I don't care who else is on the banner, I don't care that he's a 4-star servant. When his banner comes up, I'm rolling for Don Quixote. And honestly, he might be one of the few servants that I literally attempt to NP5. Just because his story is that good. The story of Don Quixote, of the man who wished to be a knight, who dreamed that he was a knight, who rejected the reality that told him that no, you are not a knight. He went so far to prove that he was a knight. Sometimes it was silly, sometimes it was legit serious stuff, but he is a man who lived his life in history. And I just feel like he and Oberon would get along, just because of that with Don Quixote. I don't know. That's just my interpretation. I could be wrong, but I would like to believe that they will have some sort of friendship in Chaldea. Because Oberon, he's all about them stories, and Don Quixote is too. Sadly, it does not look like he has any lines for Oberon. Sadness. Let's see who Oberon has lines for, actually. I'm curious. I'm legitimately curious as to who Oberon has lines for. Excuse me. Just keep going like this. The squad continues to work. Let's see here. Let's see. He has Castoria. Castoria. Mamasa. Gareth. Ooh. Okay, I do wonder if because Gareth in Avalon Le Fae was actually Ainsel, he's got a line asking who Gareth is, so I wonder if he never realized Gareth as Gareth, saw Gareth as Ainsel all that time. He actually has reactions for Knave. That's interesting. Shakespeare as well. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, I'm not gonna read that out loud, but he's got a great line for Shakespeare. Something for a nursery rhyme as well. That's actually not surprising. I think Oberon and nursery rhyme might go along well too. I can see him friendship striking up between nursery rhyme and Oberon. So long as he does not turn her into cursory rhyme, well. Let us hope that does not occur. That's why I didn't one-shot this node, because there was still untouched. You're thinking of a JoJo reference with Oberon. I still have yet to watch JoJo's! I still have yet to watch it. Life is just too busy for me. Why, life? Why must thou be busy? And it's not gonna get any easier either. Or less busy, rather. Although, looking at it, I'm kind of surprised that Oberon does not have anything for King Protea, since King Protea does technically have Tanya as part of her spirit orb. Well, what is this JoJo reference? Maybe it's mainstream enough that, it's from a part that's not animated. Okay, yeah. I mean, like I was about to say, if it's mainstream enough, I might recognize it, even still, because JoJo's is pretty big. It's got a lot of, memes. Don't recognize the reference, but... it's good. Tell him to eat shit. Tell him yourself. That's good. Nice and simple, but it says it all. Oh, poor Shakespeare. I mean, I guess I could understand why Oberon might be frustrated with Shakespeare. But, you know. Well, that is kind of, actually, just thinking about Shakespeare and Oberon's relationship is kind of hilarious how Shakespeare shaped Oberon so much. And how if it wasn't for Shakespeare, who knows what would have happened in Avalon Le Fae. 28 grails, hot damn. That is, I mean, you just need the QP now and you can definitely grail up Morgan. Yeah, you literally just need that QP at this point. Oh, Lambda. I think I've got 30 drills myself. I just haven't been really using them, honestly speaking. They've mainly been going to getting melt up there. I don't know why. I feel like I just like to finish the grailing I'm doing before I move on to another servant for grails. But maybe I shouldn't, just because it's going to take a long time to finish grailing melt up to level 120. A long time. Maybe I should switch gears and start doing some grails of others. Maybe. I'm so glad that you caught that reference. So glad. Those are hilarious commercials. So good. The best ads out. That's very true. Very true. We need more good ads like that, honestly. The suggestiveness of those ads was just... It was on point. It wasn't overtly, like, leaning into it. It had just the right balance, honestly. They struck a perfect balance there with the ads. Honestly speaking, like, if I get the chance to say long time, I do say it in that same manner, even IRL, just to see if anybody else reacts, just to indicate that they have seen that commercial, the ad. Nobody's done so yet, which is such a shame. Because I don't want to just randomly say, hey, you want to see a funny ad or anything like that? That's just a little bit weird, you know? And while I'm a bit weird, I try to keep the weirdness under control, you know? I do like, by the way, I'm just reading through some of the dialogue, since I know he's not going to be like left for quite a while. And some of his dialogue is locked behind, some of his dialogue is locked behind getting him fully ascended. So I'm reading a little bit of it. He's got some pretty good dialogue. And on 3 Koyan. We're nearly approaching the end of the free quests. The end of the free quest for Heian-Kyo is approaching. At long last, it is so many months overdue. So many months. So many months. But it's been nice, just having a nice chill stream where it's not. I mean, I wouldn't say Avalon Le Fae was stressful, but it's not high stakes. The audacity of people on your friends list not having Jack on their supports. I mean, I don't have Jack on my supports. Am I audacious? Question mark. I mean, I could put her on there if you really want me to. I could throw Jack on the supports, but actually, I don't even know who's my assassin slots. King Hassan has to be one of them. Yeah, I was gonna say King Hassan has got to be in one of my assassin slots there. Ooh. That was a good neck pop. And I had a train of thought. I've lost it now. I lost the train of thought I had. What was I ranting / talking about? I remember now. It's just sort of slipping from my brain. It happens a lot. You know? I'm just a forgetful person sometimes. Or easily distracted, maybe, is a better way to put it. Oh no. I do know that my Mystic Goat's about to level up to level 10, which will be awesome, because then I'll only have 2 more to do! Alright. The final one. And of course we're back to a frickin' Saber node. This node has so many sabers. Which is weird, because this was like a Caster Grail war or something. Talking about how weird it'd be to want people to show the... Yeah, okay. You've jogged the memory banks a little bit there, so yeah. So the conversation is returning to me about how I was saying how I am weird, and I do express it, but I do try to keep the weirdness, you know, just a little bit under control IRL. Yeah, that was... I was gonna go on a tangent with regards to that, though. I can't remember the tangent I was gonna go on to. But if I use your Morgan, haha, JK, unless... maybe, you know... Maybe. I'll just have to... I'll keep my mind open to said possibilities. But there's a lot of stuff that, I mean, even here I make references that I don't know if they're always caught. I reference Stanley Parable a lot when talking about the story Stanley for some games. Like how I'm in it for the story. But, I mean, Stanley Parable is a little bit more mainstream, and I think that, So references being caught, but not acknowledged. You know? What are some other references? I like quoting Darkest Dungeon a little bit. IRL as well. I don't always finish up the quotes, or I do change them because going slowly, gently. This is how I like it. In real life, it's kind of creepy. It's more creepy than weird, so I don't fully finish that quote. But I still do say it with more of a deeper, menacing tone. Like, implying that I'm changing things. So wish you could fulfill the prophecy of Darkest Dungeon. I do recall that you were involved with the prophecy. I just can't remember what it was. I cannot recall what it was, sadly. That was years ago. Years upon years ago. My poor brain can't remember. Oh, your death prophecy? Yeah. Why would I let you die, though? You know? Why would I let you die? And you know, who knows? Darkest Dungeon 2 has released. And while I'm not streaming Darkest Dungeon 2 as it currently stands, there's always the possibility that Darkest Dungeon 2 could get a Crimson Court as DLC, and you know, if that happens, I might end up streaming it, and if that happens, the prophecy. Maybe the prophecy was too preemptively said, and it was talking of years in the future, where you would die to the mosquito venom in a different reality. You're a Houndmaster, didn't want to lose your doggo. That's fair. No. The doggo doesn't matter. All out. I gotta. Just occurred to me. I had to find time for Persona 4 to stream that as well. Really, Avalon Le Fae kind of really threw my whole streaming schedule up in the air for how long it took. I mean, technically speaking, I still have to finish God of War, Ragnarok, and Pokemon Violet. So I am thinking of maybe just putting Pokemon Violet on hold until the DLC does drop. So that way I can do the DLC and then the stuff, or do the extra stuff then the DLC. I'm not sure. It kind of depends on the when. It's gonna be like fall this year or something, so I mean, it's not too far off, but it's not too close either. But the better question is, you know, how long am I gonna be like God of War Ragnarok is going to be difficult. I'm probably rusty at this point, and it's against the two hardest bosses are literally the last two things I need to do. So yeah, it's not gonna be easy pulling that off. Hopefully it's not gonna be as hard as Millennia, the Blade of Mikola, who has never known defeat, who took me 12 plus frickin' hours to beat. But I did it in the end. In the end, it's just gonna be a matter of when and how much effort / time I'm going to put into the matter. When and how much time. I do think that next week will be starting to return to a more normalized streaming schedule. What I do on FGO will depend on if Nerofest has dropped or has been announced. If it has dropped, then I'll do that. If it's been announced, then I'll probably end up doing the Avalon Le Fae Free Quests next week. Let me think. Pokemon, it's still gonna be a toss-up in the air if I finish off Violet. It's literally... Get next. Hey, you know, I've said it before. I would really, really love it if I could somehow turn my head around 180 degrees. I just feel like the neck compression from that is so satisfying, but nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to just take my head and turn it around 180 degrees. It's a shame, because I want it to happen else. I just want it to happen. But, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue Pokemon right away or if I'm going to wait. I have to come to some sort of decision soon, though. Alright, but that is officially, at least, unless another one is about to pop up. Will another one pop up? Nope. That is officially all the free quests in Heian-Kyo finally complete after far too many months. We get an extra 10 St. Quartz for completing, and then a bunch of St. Quartz fragments. So now in total, I have approximately 139 quartz for rolling if I really want to. 139 quartz for rolls. That's not a lot. Yeah, Mana Prism Shop's done. I'm not gonna get anything from the Rare Prism Shop, I don't think. That'll help with rolls. Nope, nothing here. How long is the banner still gonna be around for? Banner expires at the end of the month, so I will have 10 tickets eventually for it. I really want Barghest. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do here, I need to conserve quartz. That is true. But I do want to go for Barghest a little bit here, so I'm gonna exchange my fragments until I have 90. So that's 3 11 spins here, and then I will do my tickets when I get my 10th ticket. But I do think I'm going to go a little bit for Barghest here to see if she will come home. So let's see if Barghest will finally come home to me. Wouldn't it be great if that very first summon was Barghest? If only. If only. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna tap, though. See if that gives me some luck. Sometimes it does, the tap ones do. Sometimes the tap spins do giveth the luck. I also still need to get more Habitrot. She's only NP2. That wasn't too good. Okay. We'll do another one. Do another one here, and then maybe do some Habitrot rolls to cleanse. Cleanse the palette a little bit with Habitrot rolls, perhaps, before I do the final 11 spin with what I've got. I mean, it took me, like, I want to say 1,000,000 friend points to get that NP2 Habitrot. So, yeah, it's not been cheap. Habitrot does not come home readily. Okay, that was a min roll, I think. So, come on, Habitrot. I think I even got 2 lilies before I got another Habitrot. So, I'm gonna cleanse the palette a little bit, see if I can't entice a Habitrot, a wild Habitrot, to come to my Caldea to be fed to the other Habitrot, which is kind of maybe not the best terminology to use when trying to convince somebody to come to your Caldea, but, you know, it's the truth, though. I'm being honest.
don't fairies respect honesty? I'm being honest that if Habitat comes home, I will feed her to herself. Which is a weird statement, now that I'm saying it aloud, but, you know, I'm weird. You've established that I'm weird, so it's fine. Habitat, don't you want to feed yourself to make yourself stronger so that way you can help Mash and Morgan out? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how well of a support you are, to be honest. I really don't know how good of a support Habitat is. But I want to at least get something of a decent roll to prelude the final 11 spin. And then I think I'm going to do some leveling up, since I'm starting to get to that capacity on servants, and I have got a lot of embers to go through. Yep, just keep tapping. Just keep tapping. Just keep tapping. Just keep tippity tapping. Just keep tapping. Just keep tapping. Just keep tippity tapping. Come on, game. Be nice. Give me a Habitat. Or failing that, give me another Angry Mango. I think he's only like NP 3 or 4 for me. Getting him to NP 5 would be swell. Mandracar Bro was there. Hey, Mandracar Bro. Although I feel like getting Habitat on points is actually going to be more of a Morgan catalyst than Vargas. Come to think of it, because, you know, Morgan would probably want to come to her friend. Still, I'm going to keep going. I'm too deep in at this point. I've been rolling on the friend point banner for like almost 100,000 friend points. I cannot stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Shon't stop. Won't stop. Insert other word that ends with "ont" here. I gotta say though, this does satisfy the gotcha itch. Even if it's not that bright of colors, this does indeed satisfy the gotcha itch. I'm just waiting for the gold box here. Because it will happen. Give me them golden sparks, game. Or maybe, you know, maybe Habitat comes in and the plain silver rider card, and then it sparks and turns gold, eh? Okay, maybe. Maybe. Well, maybe you want to be kind of nice in the game and send me a Habitat? Or is this my punishment for having such good gotcha luck that you're not going to give me a Habitat now? Or Barghest? Is that what this is about, game? Is that really what kind of relationship we have right now, game? You're being that petty? Wow, game, I can't believe how petty you're being right now. I'm just trying to make Habitat stronger. She is like the smallest servant in all of Chaldea. She is literally the size of a house cat, I want to say. And you don't want me to make her stronger. For shame, game. For shame. Habitat is small and needs to be protected. She needs to be stronger. So just have another Habitat come home to strengthen the Habitat I already possess. I know you have it in your game. You have that compassion deep in your soul. Your cold, cold soul. Just find your heart, awaken it, and let Habitat come home as an NP3. Or for NP3, you know what I mean. I think I've appealed to the game enough to make it send Habitat home. I don't think I have. Can't think of much more pleading I can do, though. And even though this does satisfy the gotcha itch, it's also starting to cause frustration because so much gacha. No reward does not make a happy man. Also, I am well over my servant cap. So what I think I'm gonna do is once it says can't summon any more, I will Saber Lily! It was golden, so I had to follow through and say that I was gonna come over here when I got gold. I was contractually obliged, even if it wasn't half of that. Saber Lily's probably gonna scare away Morgan and maybe even Vargas. So I'm just gonna let this roll out here. And the weather outside is frightful. The fire is so delightful. Since there's no place to go, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. That was a bit of hesitation. Might have just been because it was a servant. It was because it was just because it was a servant. Okay. Okay, game. Okay. Hesitation just for a servant. And the thing is this is more than a min roll as well, so I can't hold on to that hope and the dreams and the ambitions. I don't think Vargas is going to come home from this 11 spin, sadly. It's going to be down to the wire with the 10 tickets next week at some point. For Vargas to come home then. Isn't it, Game? You're going to be that cruel. You don't want me to give Vargas, one of the fairy knights who suffered the most, a happy home? She ate her lovers. And you're gonna just give me back to Yarmoons? For shame, game. For shame. The game just doesn't want me to give Vargas a good home. Clearly. The game, my version of the game, it clearly does not like Vargas. It clearly does not like Vargas, my version of the game. I know. Shake my head indeed. Well, let's burn all the extra servants as fuel to the gacha flames. They shall nourish the tickets at the start of the month to hopefully allow for good pools. May the gacha accept this sacrifice. Make sure I'm not burning anything valuable. I'm not. Burn. Alright, so I think to end the stream off here, I have plenty of embers. So the next person on the level of order is Astray. So let us go ahead and take out some foes. And let's get Astray leveled up here. Should be towards the bottom because ruler. There she be. Astray, Astray, Astray. It's time for they to be level. I guess I'm offering you a tribute. I honestly am kind of indifferent to Astray. Both Astray and her vessel, Luvia, kind of indifferent. I mean, granted, only really interaction that Luvia has had, as far as I've seen, is the El Malloy case files, which, you know, she plays a good supporting character role in that, but I know that's not what she is mainly known from. I know that she's, like, supposed to be Rin's rival or something along those lines, but they kind of cut that out from... Actually, no, I don't think they fully cut it out. I want to say it was partially shown in, the epilogue portion of Unlimited Blade Works, perhaps? It's been a while since I watched Unlimited Blade Works, though. A long, long while. It's so interesting. I feel like she's one of the few servants that actually does a pose change for the second ascension. Mana Burst Star. Like, how many other servants do an actual pose change? Also, now that I'm looking at her, what the heck is that pose? That cannot be a comfortable pose. She's like sitting in mid-air. That has to be painful to try and continuously do. Like, that's just a tough pose to maintain. Constantly sitting in mid-air and leaning forwards while you're doing it. That's like a high difficulty pose there, not gonna lie. I don't know, I think that a lot of the poses are fairly simple. You know, most of them are just standing. Sure, the Final Ascension poses can get a little bit wonky, you know. But, I mean, even then, a lot of the Final Ascension poses are just sort of laying there, you know. Feel my magical energy. Feel magical energy feeling my spirit origin. Why would you do so much for me? Because Jakester said to me. I mean, Jakester's human, I think. So, you know. Could be for humanity's sake. Just meant in general. Fair. Also, we unlocked an interlude. Rare case where an interlude is unlocked from a lower tier ascension rather than max ascension. No. What do you mean don't? Did I accidentally press a button that I shouldn't have pressed? I pressed a button I shouldn't have pressed. I'm out of the 4-star embers, so I have to tap into my reserve. I really need Umu Fest, don't I? Umu Fest is definitely needed to replenish my reserves here. And get a lot of levels as well, now that I think about it. I'm gonna get a lot of levels from Umu Fest. Also, it just occurred to me, I don't even know what style of servant Astray is. Like, are you a single target? Are you AoE? You are a single target. Okay. Single target arts-based ruler. Oh, come on. Fours only. There we go. Hi, Enkidu, friend shape Kiki. I mean, isn't Enkidu always in the friend shape? He is Gil's best friend, after all. And, you know, I'm sure that if you asked Gil, if you said that Enkidu is friend-shaped, he would think that Enkidu is the only shape that can be a friend shape. Or something to that effect. Certainly is a fitting name for me given the glorious ring it has. And now that you've come this far, going through it with it to the very end will be the epitome of perfection. I'm counting on you, Master. Star's Judgment. Ooh, that's... Crit Star Restriction skill. That's a little bit unfortunate. Those sorts of skills, they definitely have the potential to be powerful, but they're just too finagly, honestly. Yeah, I know, it's the most obvious thing. True. Very, very true. And if you ever said you were trying to make someone else to be friend-shaped, he would laugh and say that it's a futile effort because nobody can match the friend shape that is Enkidu. Which means that you could probably have him have a mini meltdown by getting Enkidu to say that Gil is friend-shaped as well.
because, you know, would he argue with his best friend? Or would he agree with his best friend? But to agree would mean that his best friend isn't the ideal friend shape, you know? After all you have done for me, I'll be sure your efforts are not wasted. Be proud of yourself. You have done what a master must. As such, I shall do what a goddess of balancing scales must. What must a goddess of balancing scales do? Tell me, Astray. Tell me! Your Enkidu is heckin' strong. Yeah, you put a lot of effort into Enkidu. I do recall. You've put a lot of effort into him. So, it's only right that he is so strong. Also, Ishtar will probably never come to your Chaldea. Though, I don't think that's too big of a loss in your eyes. That super/great suck came at the perfect timing there. Like, holy cow, that is perfect timing for that extra super or great suck. Perfect timing. She did once. But this was before you had maxed out your Enkidu. Actually, is your Enkidu all pawed up as well? Do you have him fully pawed out? Or does he still have some faux paws to go? Because I know Mash still has some faux paws. That's just because I haven't spent the prisms to buy extra faux paws. Really though, the faux paws are a lot harder to come by than the other materials. Trying to do Gil first? Fair. Fair, fair. Are you working both Gil and Enkidu past Bond 10 at the same time? Or are you taking them one at a time as well? Nice. Very nice. I still have to figure out app-end skills, honestly. I've not unlocked a single character's app-end skills just yet. Though it's probably something I should do. Probably. Eventually. Maybe. I just don't really know, like... Archer, Caskill, Enkidu, and Who Alter all have a Bond Grail. Nice. Very nice. In fact, I'm actually going to check here. So, app-end skills. If I go down to my... It's weird how it's sorted here. That's very weirdly sorted. Oh, because I don't have available. Okay, that makes more sense. Why is it sorted so weird? There's level 90s at the top and level 90s at the bottom. That's so weird. I'm not the brightest sometimes, okay? It hurts to see Mash there, though. It really does. But, let me go by my lowest levels. Arash. I use Arash a lot. What kind of app-end skills does Arash have? Anti-Rider, starting magical energy, and an attack boost. Wow, it costs a lot of... Okay. Costs a lot of coins, doesn't it? A lot of coins. To get app-end skills up there. Well, this was a nice experiment to see what exactly app-end skills look like. And I might do them eventually. For now, though, I do think it is time for me to call today's stream. We managed to get Heian-Kyo all finished up. Enkidu has... Oh, that's... No wonder you rinsed Sir Nunus, honestly. No wonder. But, yeah. We got a fair bit done today. We managed to clear out Heian-Kyo's free quests. Avalon Le Fae has the last free quests remaining. We tried rolling for Barghest and failed. And same thing with Habitrot. They both just seem to want to evade coming home any further. But yeah, next time for FGO, it will either be
Umu Fest if Umu Fest has dropped, or we'll do the Avalon Le Fae Free Quests, you know? I'm not exactly sure what Monday's stream will be. I have to still adjust the stream scheduler, but there will be a stream Monday. What it's going to be, heck if I know. But that is for future me to decide. For now, present me is going to sign off. So thank you all so much for coming out. I do hope you enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more about me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same game. There is plenty of content for you all to enjoy. But once again, thank you all so much for coming out. Hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody.